Now to the story. Public Protector Busisiwe Mkhwebane has released a number of her officers' findings today. Of course, she's at the same time facing her own battles. The President has asked her to explain why she should not be suspended. This is ahead of a process that is about to get underway in Parliament to impeach her. Our senior reporter Aviwe Mtila has been following the story. He joins us now. Hi, Aviwe. So the Public Protector released this latest report, but she also spoke about this move to have her suspended by the President ahead of Parliament's process to get rid of her. What did she say?
Well, that matter will be heard in court, as she indicated that she'll be applying for an urgent court interdict to help that process. She didn't want to get into the merit of exactly what she'll be filing, but you do understand on the 17th of March, the President did write a letter to the Public Protector giving her 10 working days to indicate why he shouldn't suspend her from that important Chapter 9 institution. But of course, Public Protector says that behind closed doors there have been conversations that have been going on. And in fact, she did respond to the President, also writing back saying that the President is not the right person to do that, given that the President is also facing numerous investigations by the Public Protector. So what we got out there is that they are in agreement that this matter will be halted up until it's heard on the court. And she did indicate that she'll be then filing those papers tomorrow. But she says that aside from the contentious issue of the CR17 campaign and the funds, the issue to unseal those documents, she herself has personal issues that she's investigating on the President, which she detailed in that briefing. Let's take a listen to them.
Several investigations which are before the Public Protector. As you know, the leak of the discussion in the NEC meeting and the other matter relating to the Zimbabwe trip, and again we received another complaint relating to what transpired with JSC about the appointment of the Chief Justice. So we were raising those issues that possibly those should be taken into consideration. But also we raised a number of issues with the Speaker on the process she followed in referring the matter to the President, whilst the process, or there were still deliberations between ourselves and the committee. So what I would indicate is that finally the President's legal team agreed that let's pen the response to the intention to suspend until such time the matter then is ventilated in court.
All right, so she's fighting that battle to keep her job. But let's focus now on the report that she released today. There are a number of different issues that she investigated. Just tell us in brief the most important points.
Well, Sal, it's a myriad of issues that really paint out the rot that happens in these public institutions, from the National Health Laboratory Services, where we understand maladministration and the procurement process have been looked into, to state agencies such as the CSIR, where also maladministration has been looked into. So numerous pages that go through these various reports, but one that was very interesting, it came out in the question and answer session around Enoch Mgijima Municipality. She was there some 2 or so weeks ago, where she had a look at the stadium herself, and she says upon inspecting it herself, she values it at no more than 2 million rand, but she says that an investigation to that is still ongoing. But also the dispute between the Deputy President of the EFF, Floyd Shivambu, as well as the Minister of Public Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan, also came out there. Remember that Floyd Shivambu once says that the Minister, in fact, breached the Executive Ethics Code in trying to influence the appointment of Judge Daya Pillay. Of course, they found there in the report that nothing corroborates these claims, as in fact that meeting with Mkhwebane and the Minister happened as the announcement was already out that Judge Daya didn't get the post. So it came out in that briefing there. Let's just take a listen to that briefly.
We investigated allegations of a breach of the Executive Members' Ethics Code by the Minister of Public Enterprises, Mr. Pravin Gordhan, in that he tried to influence the appointment of his friend, Judge Daya Pillay, to a position of responsibility in the judiciary during a meeting with the former Chief Justice, Mr. Mkhwebane, in Cape Town. The investigation followed economic freedom fighters, Deputy President and Chief Whip Mr. Floyd Shivambo's complaint lodged in terms of Section 4, subsection 1 of the Executive Members Ethics Act in April 2021. We have had to close this investigation because Mr. Shivambo's allegations could not be corroborated. The investigation revealed that when Mr. Godane and Mr. Mkhwebane met at the 12 Apostle Hotel and Spa, Victory Street, Camps Bay, Cape Town on 6 April 2016, the spokesperson for the Judicial Service Commission had already announced the interview results, and it was already public knowledge that Daya Pillay had not made it. It would never be factually or legally impossible for Mr. Godane to have influenced the outcome of the interview that had already been concluded.
All right, the Public Protector speaking a little earlier this afternoon. Thanks for summing all of that up for us. That's our reporter, Aviwe Mtila.